Hello. This is Ken here from RD Labs. Hope this is reaching you well. I know it's been a while since my last video. Just been so much going on within the RD group. We've just gone from leaps and bounds, phenomenal growth. I'm going to touch on what's happened. I'm also going to really touch on what we've been seeing from a macro view, technical view in terms of the market. We've seen some phenomenal growth. So really going to just kind of give you some insights and where we are now and where I believe potentially where I see this market moving to over the next 1 or 2 quarters. And then really just giving you an update in terms of next steps and projects and so on and so forth that we're looking at. So if you haven't, please make sure you download this free link in the description. It basically will give you a full breakdown of before you decide to enter any trade. You can go through this very clear and efficient process in terms of ticking off boxes, providing summaries, ratings of every single area of a project you're interested in, but unsure about certain things. This is like a journal, a trading journal of some sort. I've used this since the start and it's done absolute wonders for me, and I continue to use it today. And yeah, please make sure you follow us. This helps to really mitigate the risks, trying to deviate, move away from trying to get rug pulled or trying to get scammed. It's really just helped me personally. So if you get a chance, spend some time to go through it. So where we are also regarding the RD group, we do have obviously RD auditors. So if you do have a project that you're interested in launching, or you've completed a smart contract, or you have some files ready and you need to get it audited, please pop along to rdauditors.com. And essentially, we've audited some of the biggest brands in the space, notable projects such as obviously Wall Street Bets, BSC Starter, FOMO. We've done QuickSwap, one of the largest dexes on Polygon. We've done Walt. We've done Wex. Wex is one of the largest on the BSC. We've done Dowmaker. The list goes on and on and on. So we pride ourselves in excellence, high quality, phenomenal blockchain auditors. So if you require any assistance, let us know. Also, we've got KYC there, cybersecurity. We've got pen testing. So if you require any pen testing done, any load testing, please let us know. Really covering a lot of aspects in terms of security side of things. So now let's move on. And if you haven't, please pop along to Twitter. Make sure that you basically follow me. Also, I've got on RD Auditors just recently set up, so pop along there. We are about to make and take this whole space by storm in terms of what we're doing. So just want to give you a quick heads up. So where we see Ethereum today, Ethereum literally towards the end of July, and that was only like about 10 to 14 days ago, it was trading around 1700. But what we've seen recently, we've seen the hard fork, the London hard fork, the EIP 1559 that came out, basically upgrade. So it's an upgrade within the Ethereum ecosystem that took place. And really the main structure was really adjusting essentially the makeup of the Ethereum's fee market. So really is, simply put it, is finding ways to be able to minimize the transaction, the miners, how much the miners will essentially collect in terms of fees, right? And transactions to the chain. So the efficient way now is what they've really brought to the table, and the upgrade has occurred. And what has been passed in terms of the proposal is a way for basically the block sizes to adjust depending on like, let's say, the degree of the congestion on the network. So this is what we call the base fee, right? So, and that basically means either that the base fee will ultimately rise or fall, dependent on the demand. So that essentially, that adjustment of the block size will allow for more transactions to go through at a given time. So it really helps when that congestion occurs. You can be able to see a change in the fees, which really aims to support for more transaction to occur. So really under this whole new structure, what you're basically now seeing is this priority type fee, which is known as a tip of some sort to the miners in order to make the transactions more attractive. But the base fee paid by the users won't be given to the miners. So this is something you need to be aware of. The base fee essentially would not be given to the miners as it was before, but basically under this 1559 has now gone through, it will be burnt. So what we've seen here in this scenario, and I'm going to pull up a chart here, this website here, etherchain.org/burn, I'll add this in the description also. It gives you a breakdown of how much has been burned in ETH since the upgrade occurred, which is on Thursday, right? So you can actually see phenomenal. So 10,020 ETH has been burnt thus far. And this is now moving from this inflationary to a deflationary aspect. And this has really provided so much momentum to the price. Where do I see it going? I still believe, as I was saying, around this 1800 level, I still believe that this price is undervalued, especially with the 2.0 that's looking to come out towards the end of this year, early next year. We're seeing growth in terms of the layer 2 aspect, in terms of the roll-ups, side chains, right? So I believe this whole interoperability between movement between layer 1 to layer 2 and across the side chain, across the roll-ups, is really going to benefit Ethereum, because also these are all, you know, this whole EVM type compatibility aspect, but they don't have a native token, yes, in terms of the roll-ups as per se. Side chains, Polygon, yes, they have. But really, when you go down the aspect of Arbitrum and Optimism, ZK Sync, Starkware, you know, there seems some phenomenal opportunities that we will see. So there's going to be massive growth, I believe, in Ethereum. And this is a type of project where you basically just, not investment advice, you invest and you hold, you turn off the computer, you come back in a few years. Personally, I believe if the price is not around 10,000 within the next 2 to 3 years, then I don't know what's happened. Honestly, could be totally wrong, but this is just my views. So that's where I see it. Short, the highs, all-time highs around the 4,400 level. So we're still way off that. I can really see that it's testing here within the next few months, potentially dependent on the continued demand. Then let's take a look at Bitcoin quickly. So obviously there's been a lot of optimism also in BTC that has been taking place. We're now about 43. Price did test and held around the support level around this, 29,000, and actually had some support trend lines in about 20,000 if it broke through there. There was this massive squeeze that occurred, if you saw it in real time, when the market just really turned around. It's just been absolutely bullish. There was a resistance here, trend line, which is now broken. This happened yesterday. The next level we'll be looking at in terms of a resistance will be this 47 area. It is holding around this on a daily time frame, this 200 MA. If you can get through that, we'll be looking at 47. If it gets through that, there isn't really any strong resistance level until this whole 61 area, right? And now we're also seeing, from a macro aspect, we're seeing JP Morgan and especially Jamie Dimon, who's been a critic of the whole blockchain, the whole crypto space for so long. We're now starting to hear that JP Morgan is starting giving its wealth management clients access to 6 crypto funds in the past month, which include Grayscale Investments, Osprey Funds, and so on and so forth. So this basically just shows you that his mindset's turned around and saying, okay, there's clearly a demand, there's clearly questions that's being raised by the high net worth individuals, right, that are accomplice some of their clients that are asking questions. Why are we not having access, or having even if it's 1%, 0.5%, 2% of our portfolio invested into crypto? They're asking questions, right? And they don't want to miss the boat. So I think it's more of pressure, which is downstream from clients, rather than, you know, these investment banks such as JP Morgan saying, no, let's roll this out. There's pressure. They want to make money. And personally, they have to really look after the interest of their clients. So that's where I see the whole process moving. BTC, Ethereum, you know, we can really zoom down into the smaller amount, but I just want to give you a quick heads up with what's happening in that space. What I am going to start doing, because now we're starting to move, there's a lot of interest that's now starting to happen in terms of various projects within the whole gaming ecosystem. So we've got the Crypto Blades of the world that's been doing extremely well. Let's see if Crypto Blades actually comes up here. or not. This will be skill. Okay, seems like it's not showing. Let's see if Axie can show up here. Okay, so it seems they've listed Axie on TradingView. So you've got the play to earn type interesting gaming project. They're calling this the GameFi now, right? GameFi. That's doing phenomenally well because it's really providing an opportunity for those in, especially in emerging markets, that they can really have not just an extra stream of income, but an income that's actually more than maybe what they're getting in their job, right? And also for those, we've seen this whole, this whole, let's say, virus that's taken place, that people have lost jobs, people are looking ways to generate money, and this is all over the world. So it's really an interesting model that's essentially being created, and I'm extremely bullish about this space. I love what Crypto Blades are essentially doing. So if I could type in Crypto Blades, cryptoblades.io, these type of projects, play to earn projects, have a strong background in terms of gaming, not building something just for now, right? Doing extremely well in terms of that. And then we have, projects such as Orion Money. That's really this whole stable coin place. And I've always said this, that I see there's going to be a massive transition. Let's see if I can type in Orion Money here. I believe there's going to be a massive transition in terms of, we've seen a phenomenal, huge spike with stable coins over the last few months, right? As a go-to place. If you take a look back in 2017, stable coins didn't really exist. So when there was fear in the markets, people would basically sell their assets and then move from crypto to fiat. But now what people can do is actually move from crypto to basically stable coins. But now what this is doing as an extra bit is having stable coins where you can earn interest, right? And not just interest, you have facets such as areas where you have various interesting models like Orion Saver. You can see the whole process there in terms of what you can be able to achieve. I truly believe this is going to be a go-to place where there's going to be phenomenal competition. And I believe the projects such as Orions of the world are not competing against other stablecoins. They're competing against standard banks, right, that have savings accounts where you're earning 2-3% and inflation eats it up, and providing this vehicle where huge amount of wealth, right, in terms of people who have money in their banks, in their savings accounts, where they can now look at having interest to move over into from fiat to crypto, have it in stable coins, and be confident that they can be able to generate some phenomenal APYs that far succeeds what they'll get in the aspect in savings accounts. The other aspect is obviously the insurance areas, and I know that Orion are working on some phenomenal things, but I'm really bullish about these type of projects that we see. There's many more that I am, and I'll be releasing more details very soon, but I'm just giving you updates. And what I'm going to start doing is going back to the grind, as we call it, start working through this whole DeFi checklist, start bringing out some phenomenal projects, as I've done with the Waltz of the worlds, the FOMOs of the worlds, the Gambits of the worlds that have done 50x, 100x's, phenomenal returns. We are there. We are always early to the space and seeing movements and changes and trends. And we're going to continue to do that. So stay tight. Make sure you please follow, you like, you subscribe, you do everything so you can be updated with the progress. I'm so excited with what we have planned within the RD group over the next few years. So stay with us and we'll be back with another one. Take care.